Alright, so we're back with the weekend sales. This is Friday to Sunday. Actually, we had a really good weekend. We sold 32 items for $448. So that does include the shipping and taxes. But yeah, there was some lulls in there. But we consistently had some good sales. Not very high priced items. But let's just go over these real quick. We have Doves, the last broadcast. This one sold for $7. We have Kundo. This one sold for $5.75. This came from Big Lots, where we would buy them for like 50 to 75 cents. We usually used the discount when we went there, but Big Lots is gone, so there you go. We have Daniel for $10. That one is a sealed one there. We have Fakin' the Funk for $15 on an offer. That one came from our buddy. That came from a buy we got over Facebook for $100, so $15 on that one. The Enemy Below, we sold that one for $8.67. That came from our buddy Felix. I do mention him a lot, where we bought a bunch of media from him. He was a buyer and seller, but he only buys a little bit now, I guess. Up next, we have AFI. This is in a generic case. It sold for $5, but yeah, it's in a generic case. It's not the original stuff. The artwork is a little bit messed up, so we do sell them for a little bit less. We have the Finn Brothers, which sold for $5.47. So we're doing pretty good. We got a good round, a bunch of different styles of media that we sold. John Legend, Evolver, that one sold for $5.47 also. To different buyer. Here's a pretty good sell right here. Real Genius from Val Kilmer. That one sold for $22.56. We have had that one up for a long time. I've seen like clips of this movie. I haven't watched it all the way through. But there you go, Real Genius, 1985. There was a yard sale. These people were moving just around the corner from us. And I showed up and there was a ton of sealed media. And I gave them an offer and they took it. Right after that, people showed up. They started grabbing media because I didn't have time to load it yet. I was like gathering it up. And I was like, hey, I just bought all the media. And they weren't very happy. But yeah, there you go. Real Genius. We have Car 54. This one sold for $16. This one here, we've had some interest in it. And it just came from a lot we got at the local auction house. We did really well on that one. It had a bunch of older shows in it. A few of them that we sold were from there. Up next, we have Carly Simon. This sold for $8.45. That one is not sealed. We have Counting Crows, $7.11. This came from the lady the next town over. We buy a lot of media from her. With cassettes, if it's like metal, rap, that does pretty good. And then anything that's like 90s and up, rock alternative, I feel like does pretty well too. And let's see what year this is. If we can even see it. I don't see it on here. It does have Mr. Jones on here. I want to say this is like mid-90s. So yeah, $7. We usually pay around like 25 cents from that lady. When the Levees Broke, this is like a Hurricane Katrina one, a Spike Lee movie. It says $30 on here from Best Buy. $27. But this movie sold for $7.50. And this is a massively thick movie. I thought this movie was going to be worth a lot, but there you go. $7.50, new sealed. We have another item here from Felix. He did give like a box of like foreign movies in there. And this was one of them. I'm not even sure how to say that, but it does have an English title, Portrait of a Woman Nude. And that one sold for $7.66. Right here we have Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. There is a small crack in the case here. but this one sold for $7.99. We actually just picked this up in a recent buy where there was a bunch of blues CDs. We're paying less than 50 cents a CD. $7.99 on that. We do have an order of 3 DVDs, which came from a few different places. We have The Enemy Below, which we sold earlier, so there you go. The 13th Floor, I have not watched that movie in a very long time. That came from that lady the next town over. And Judgment at Nuremberg. So that was $8.99, $11.99, and $7.99. So pretty good on that one. We are going to refund them some money on the shipping. But yeah, a good sell for that one. Let's go to the next ones here. So I just print out the pick list, I guess, and I'm reading off the prices off of that. We have Bodhi, the Ghost Town. We had this DVD. It was worth a decent amount of money. I think like 20 bucks, maybe more. This one was a VHS. I'm not quite sure where we got it. $9.83 on that one. Return to the Blue Lagoon. This one sold for $4.25. So typically $4 has been the lowest price we would accept. I put $4.25 at the lowest I'm pricing stuff. So this is one of them. This came from our buddy Ron. We have this metal band here, Stand in Line. I'm not sure how to say that name, but that one sold for $11.56. So recently we just got a big pickup of like metal rock CDs, and we have another one here of the same band, but it has a huge crack on the case. So we'll be listing that one soon. We have Goosebumps 3-pack Thriller. And this one sold for $6.69. My lady, she went to a yard sale here in town. They're like, fill up a bag for $5. And this is one of the DVDs that was in there. Goosebumps can do okay, I guess. We don't pick them up too much. Don't really scan many kids' DVDs all that much. So that is something I need to get into. I don't know the titles that are worth a lot. I know like Barney on VHS is good and some other stuff. But there you go, Goosebumps $6.69. A Duel of Giants. This one sold for $9.99. When we bought a bunch of CDs and DVDs sealed, there was like a couple books in there. And this one is a brand new book. $9.99 on that one. We have Tequila Body Shots for a repeat buyer. I think this sold for like $4.38. It does have Joey Lawrence in it. This one does have a pretty jacked up case or sleeve. So there you go. Ex Hollywood Rental. There you go. Oh, where focus. So a lot of times these Hollywood Rentals will say, I can't get it to focus, where they were from. But there you go, Tequila Body Shots. And that one sold for, what I said, $5.38. I think we were paying $20 for a tote of media at a yard sale, and that was one of them. The Four Lions, I'm not even sure what this one is. Looks like a crow on there. This is from our buddy Felix, I do believe. $4 on this, so we must have took an offer. Trans-Siberian Blu-ray. This was sealed. $5.36. This came from a library sale. We fill a bag for $5. We do actually have a vinyl that sold. 10cc. There you go. The original soundtrack. 50 cents we paid for this at a yard sale. And there's that one. It sold for $6. We have Waylon sealed for $12.59. The Future Is Never, Volume 1, $5.47. This one says, you know how you see a lot of cells on the side of the road? This is where this came from. 50 cents. It is pretty cool that it still had this Tower Record sticker on there. Probably thought it was worth more, and that's what it ended up being. So we did fill the table up, and there is a couple more, so let me get these out. We have Spawn. Oh, there you go. Spawn from our buddy Ron. $5 on that one. I haven't really sold Spawn too much, so there you go. Spawn. $5. We have a Pat Metheny CD. This one sold for $5.78. And up next, Alfie. So we have numerous copies of Alfie. I would say like 5 copies of this movie. I want to say it's the second time we sold it. It is a later on release. I can't get this thing to focus in. So, what year is this? 2005. But yeah, 2005 release. Whoever bought this was like, hey, please send out my movie. And so normally if it sells on Friday, we don't ship it out till Monday. We got that one from a storage unit buy, so we're just listing it because it was in there. But yeah, we do have numerous copies of that movie, so I will have to find the other one when I come across it. But yeah, that was the sales. Pretty good. They kept rolling in, and it's about 10:30 at night. So let's see if anything else comes in by the time I'm done. But luckily, I do have time to ship tomorrow. But we have 2 basketball practices for the kids, so I need to get this done by like 1 o'clock tomorrow. So there you go.